Quilty friends, it's Carolina Moore, your favorite sewing and quilting YouTuber. I want to remind you to go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that you know every time I have a new video coming up. This is my last video of 2020 and I have so much planned in 2021. I don't want you to miss any of it, so make sure that you're subscribed. So today's ruler of the month makes this quilt block right here, and you can make actually a couple different versions. This is just the version that I happen to make using this ruler. The 45-degree kaleidoscope triangle ruler does so many fun things. The first thing that you can do is you see it has like a normal ruler on the bottom, and you can totally grab this ruler and use it as a quick ruler to go ahead and cut like a 1-inch segment off of something, or you can use it, and I'm gonna go ahead and fold this strip in half because it's a little longer than what I actually need. I'm going to line up my line along the fold so that I can get a good square, and so that I can see that line really well, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my spot on dot, and it sticks so well. I just washed it, so it sticks really well right here on the ruler. And now I can flip this around and I'll be able to line up both this line right here, and let me grab my other dot, and the fold across the top. And now I have a strip that I can use and sew together into strip sets to make more interesting units. So cutting the strip sets, super simple with this ruler. You grab your strip set and you line it up. I'm going to use my spot on dot and line up these edges. It's a little hard for me to see the dark fabric on my dark mat, so I'm just going to flip this around because it doesn't matter which way I point the ruler, it's going to make double units. There's no waste in between these triangles. So there we go. I can see it better on this light colored fabric. And I'm gonna go all the way here to the edge. There we go. So now I can cut out and in, and then I can do the next triangle, out and in, and these circles in the Creative Grids ruler allow me to go all the way in and all the way out. I don't have any hanging threads. So this little piece right here is waste, the rest is good to go, and I have my wedge units. And now I can put all these wedge units together. So you can create all kinds of designs with these wedge units. You can use this same strip of fabric that we already, this exact same strip of fabric, and you can make a pattern like this, or you can use different fabrics and mix them in to get more interesting looks. Get another, here we go. Or you could use solid strips that are 4.5 inches, cut those, and you can take your solid strips and use either the just solid strips, or you can put solid strips between your piece strips to make all kinds of different blocks. So let me just go ahead and put 8 random pieces here together so that you can see a full unit. This would be a layout that I would play with. I probably wouldn't use this particular layout for my block, but it looks really cute and scrappy, so also why not? So you'll notice that this is an octagon block, and trying to put together octagon blocks with other octagon blocks might be a little more tricky sewing than what you really want to do. Cutting these 4 corners is already on this ruler as well. So I'm going to take my block that I put together, I'm going to slide it off to my side over here, and then I just have this piece of scrap fabric. Now, you'll see that there is a line right here, and it's marked, and you can see, no, it's marked 3 1/4. So that 3 1/4 line, what I'm going to do with my piece of fabric is I'm going to make sure that my fabric is on the other side of that 3 1/4 inch line, and just make a cut. And that was just to square off my end and make sure that I had at least 3 1/4 inches. And now I can line it up with my 3 1/4 inch line and cut. Now I'm going to go ahead and square off this end, which is pretty simple. Just line up this line and then also this bottom line, making sure that everything's square to square off my end. And we've already planned your 3 1/4s by having this 3 1/4 inch line both here and up here. So I can just line up my square here and here. And you'll notice that this little corner right here is hanging off the edge. Doesn't matter. Like, it's totally fine that that corner hangs off the edge because I'm not cutting it. I'm cutting over here. So cut, and that is a double layer. So all I have to do is cut it on the diagonal. And I have the corner pieces that I need to make my block a square. So let's bring all this right back over and see what that looks like. Adding in your corner units. And now you have a block that is a square. And obviously it doesn't have a hole in it when it's all sewn together because those get tucked into the seam allowance, and having these little tips cut off means you don't have as much bulk in the middle. So when you're all done, this is what your quilt block will look like, with your 4 corners and your, like a bullseye pattern in the middle, depending on how you lay out all your pieces. Super simple to stitch together. You'll stitch your units into pairs, you'll stitch your pairs together into halves, and then you'll stitch your halves together and then add on your corners. Make sure you go down to the description box to find out where you can get your 45-degree kaleidoscope ruler. This is the double strip ruler. And get the link to this stunner pattern. I'm not going to show you the whole thing here. You have to go to my site, alwaysexpectmore.com. And the link specifically to this pattern is below so that you can see this month's Ruler of the Month quilt. Thanks so much for watching, friends, and I'll see you right here real soon. Make sure you're subscribed so you get those notifications, and give this video a thumbs up to let people know how much you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below. I love, love, love comments from all y'all. Thanks so much. I'll see you soon.